Right, it's warm. Right, people, just coming with some bits and bobs here. Just interesting stuff. You might want to have a check out yourselves. It's not looking good what they're doing, man. So yeah, I'll just start with this one. So this is the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, if for them that do it now. He's the one running the show over there with all the idiot fucking like the Rishi Sunak gang there and all this. This is what they're taking notice of. So this was Klaus Schwab's words, right? Klaus Schwab in June 2020, this is his words: the pandemic represents a rare but narrower window of opportunity to reflect, reimagine and reset our world. It's their world apparently, yeah. So this is what he's putting forward, and that was 2 months he said that after lockdown, Well. Right, Greta Thunberg, she looks like a World Economic Forum puppet. So she was being used by people, I noticed. That's what it looked like. There are a lot of people in the front of all of this climate stuff, pushing on all that. So she's in with them. That's what that looks like. So Greta, you're not looking good, man. You're looking like a bit of a clown. You should have went to school. Right, America. So I watched senators over there, because what's good about our America is to get them in front of big tables with all these and to question them and discuss the problems we've got and why they're saying such things, not like this part, yeah, man. So anyway, as a senator comes on, he's got 4 people in front of him who are part of the government, various parts of the government over there, who are for climate change and pushing climate change. And these are in front of him and he's asking, this is a question he asked. So, he said to the 4 of them, he says, do you know what percentage of the atmosphere is carbon in America? And they all just sat quiet, so he pointed at them, he goes, look, just guess. I realise you don't know, but just guess it, And these are people that's pushing it, So it started at about 4 or something percent, 5% or something, and went along a line and varied to 8%. So from 5% to 8% carbon, then believe is in the atmosphere, yeah. So the senator said, there's 0.04% is carbon in the atmosphere, yeah. 0.04, yeah. Doesn't look like a major problem, yeah. And that's only risen 1 point from about 2 decades ago, The line is, man. And then he said, if you go below 0.02%, plant life starts to die off, You've got to have carbon. Carbon is a fucking necessity, Swearing, man. Right, I'll just hit this one. So, the Heartland Institute. This is on YouTube and that. And I come across them a while ago and I've watched bits of them, and these are on the climate end of the agenda, yeah. And what it is they've based all this sort of the carbon and footprints and all the rest on a theory that's by a guy, I believe, called Michael Mann. And Michael Mann, they call it the hockey stick theory because the way he's got the graph and the rest with it on. And there's lots of top scientists are questioning that and saying he's totally wrong the way they've done it. But the governments have jumped on this agenda because it helps with the WAF and the rest, bringing all that reset in. Another way of doing it, yeah. But NASA engine, well, here's the one, Heartland Institute. If you want to check this one, you can have got others. The one that I looked at in particular was NASA engineer Tom Moser reveals the truth about climate science. And they go through it. There's quite a number of top scientists and all that. And if I remember back 7 years ago, Mark Stein was going to get sued by this Michael Mann, I believe. There was a fight going on in the courts and all that. And Mark Stein was telling the truth. Got all the facts. And got a lot of top scientists behind him and all that. Just start checking this stuff out, people. This is a garbage they're trying to push on you without you knowing the truth. And you'll not get it off mainstream media and all that, man. You know that crack. You just got to shut them off. So they're not following science at all. They're just following money, yeah. It's all about money. So, the Fauci ouchie. Well, Andrew Bridgen, one of the lone sort of MPs down that shithole that take things serious. So he's on about the damage from the Fauci, yeah, I'll just say it that way. So he brings it up in the House of Commons. So what you've got is, you've got him at the standing up, he's going to see his bits, and when it's just sat down, there's about a half a dozen on his side, and there's about a half a dozen on the other side, sitting over. The rest are all just scarpered, Scarpered. And you know why? It's all going to be classed as plausible deniability, man, because they're not there. Monkey seen, not monkey not heard, Disgrace. This is how they're treating everyone who's out there, with contempt and disdain. These are serious issues related to the Fauci ouchie and tackling major issues. If you watch Andrew Bridgen, you'll be shocked at what he's coming out with. It's all fact. It destroys everything that's gone on before this with that Fauci crack, telling you. So, just as he's going to start speaking, there's somehow git down there, second row back, leans over like this, taps this other old codger sitting there, and this old codger's bends down as if the camera can't see me, just plain as day. He marches across to the other side with them turtle Labour clowns over the other side that were left, and pointed to the lasses and how are they, and they all walked out then. They didn't want to listen to it, and this is what it is. It's plausible deniability. This is a disdain and contempt. We've damaged people, big style. Some people's died, and I'm telling you now, they're in trouble. They're in trouble, and you've got to see this, because these are just what they're doing. They see any of your MPs, vote these out, man. Vote them out. They don't care about you. Disdain and contempt. If you can't see that, man, you need to get on it and have a proper look, because that's what it's seeing from all of us and all that, like I'm telling you now. I'll put this one out. In America, I watch a few different guys, one Salty Cracker, he's funny and all that and on the ball. But the one that I follow quite a bit now for about 2 years is the Jimmy Dore Show. And that's spelled D-O-R-E. And watch him, man, he's on it from every angle and all sorts. And he's got the facts, shows you them. And it's unbelievable. The Jimmy Dore Show, I would very highly recommend that to anyone out there that takes an interest, Right, 15-minute neighbourhoods and all that. Sure. There's another one on the internet, and it hasn't got a big following yet. It's got about 6,000 or something. It's LSB Film Productions. And what's good about these is they're at the street end of it all. And they're going out there and putting facts out from what we can see and what we are. It's not what you're going to see on the television, but there's meetings which are interesting, because down there they're fighting them neighbourhoods, and what you've got is an ex-policeman, and at this meeting, one of the council meetings, and it's all videoed, we're going to edit it up here and all that, like, and get into these clowns. You've got them saying some proper facts, and these are very knowledgeable people that he's got behind him, and he's more or less said to them, like, we're going to take your jobs and run for every one of you if you don't do take any notice of what we want. It's democratic. We want democracy, and we want you to represent with, not just yourselves or some other agenda and stuff. So they forced them to have an emergency meeting after that, because it wasn't big enough in the hour. I haven't watched all of it yet, but look, very interesting. These are fighting it, and this is exactly how it's going to have to be done. Now, it looks like they're starting to get their councillors to see some sort of sense, like. But you've got to get there and you've got to ask them, you've got to turn up as big crowds, get a meeting and target out and all that, it's the only way with these clowns. And it's, right, on that one, on the Thetford emergency, I'll just give you a short little snippet. There's a guy called Bill Murray, he's an actor, and it's not the actor Bill Murray from America, that one that's in different films. It's a guy, I've seen him before a few times. And you'll recognise him when you see him. Well, what he says was, look, I'm just coming on the internet. I never ever do anything like this, he said, but I've got to warn you. And what he said was, his grandkids is out with the parents in the street walking. The husband's on the road. Lo and behold, the car pulls up, an Audi. 4 people in, I believe it sounded like. One of them gets out, pulled in front of them with the kids. One of them gets out, staring at the kids. And then another 3 gets into the car, and the husband was over the other side of the road, who happened to turn and said, hey, he shouted out, run, he knew what was going to happen, they're going to look like they're going to kidnap them. And Bill Murray tells you this, man, check it out. It's not good what's going on in the street. Police said, well, now it happened and all that when they went and reported it. That's the way it is, eh? Really, they've got to wait till something happens, eh? Wow, they're getting worse, them coppers, man. Coppers are getting worse. Right, I'm going to advertise my daughter here and all that, because she's done a fine arts degree in our works. Very good, you know, very good. So what'll happen is I'll get Angela to put the links below on the channel, and it's well worth having a look, people, because I'll just show you a couple of pictures, like, right. What she's doing various things. So this was done on just like it's done as digital, like it must be on a computer or something else. So it's us as a family, and she does them as cartoons, styles and all that. You know, I've seen her do one with a Ben, with 2-year-old or something, 3-year-old, 2-year, 3, yeah, and done a cartoon one of that. Somebody got in that, and she does them quite cheap and all that. You know, they're kind of funny, you know. But then I'll tell you this. She's doing dog portraits as well as other stuff, and this is one of her dog portraits she's done, and it's our dog. These are done in acrylic paints, and she's got it all on that site. And anybody wants a dog portrait, man, this is where to get them from. There you go. That's done in acrylic. She's done about another 4 dogs there. She's just starting off and all that, you know. So hey, feel free to contact her and all that. She's good crack and all that, and she'll paint the dogs for you. Right, that's gonna do for the day. What else props up? I can think of, I'll hire on and all that, you know. So look, have a good weekend like we're going to. It looks nice weather out there. Gonna get the dog up the beach now. I'll have a bit dig, and take care. See you later. Ta-ra.